Have you ever noticed that some people act strangely around you, even though you've never done anything to hurt them? Maybe they become distant, cold, or seem uncomfortable whenever you're around. Sometimes they criticize you for no apparent reason, and other times they act like they're competing with you when you never entered a competition in the first place. It can be confusing because you've always treated them with kindness and respect. But according to psychology, people don't always feel threatened because of something you've done. Sometimes they feel threatened simply because of what you represent. And understanding this can completely change the way you see certain relationships. Human beings naturally compare themselves to others. Psychologists call this social comparison. When people see someone becoming more confident, more disciplined, or slowly improving their life, they don't just notice that person's progress. They also become aware of the goals they've ignored and the promises they've made to themselves but never kept. And that realization can be painful. Instead of using your growth as inspiration, some people unconsciously turn that discomfort into jealousy or resentment. Not because they hate you, but because your progress reminds them of the progress they wish they had made themselves. Sometimes your success becomes a mirror that reflects their insecurities, and not everyone is ready to face what they see in that mirror. Many people believe confidence attracts everyone, but psychology suggests that confidence can actually intimidate insecure individuals. You don't need to brag or show off to make someone uncomfortable. Simply knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and refusing to tolerate disrespect can be enough. Insecure people often rely on the approval of others to feel valuable. So when they encounter someone who doesn't desperately seek validation, it forces them to confront their own self-doubt. Confidence highlights insecurity. And while emotionally healthy people admire confidence, insecure people may interpret it as arrogance or superiority, even when that's far from the truth. Another reason people may secretly feel threatened by you is fear. Deep down, many people are afraid of losing their importance. They fear losing attention, losing status, or being replaced. This can happen in friendships, workplaces, and even families. When someone new enters the picture with fresh ideas, talent, or positive energy, insecure individuals may see that person as competition. What's interesting is that the competition often exists only inside their minds. You may simply be trying to improve yourself while they are fighting a battle you never knew existed. Because sometimes people aren't afraid of you. They're afraid of becoming less important. Self-improvement sounds inspiring, but it can also make other people uncomfortable. If you're waking up earlier, working on your goals, reading books, exercising, or trying to become a better person, you may unknowingly remind others of the habits they keep avoiding. And instead of asking themselves difficult questions, some people choose an easier path. They criticize. They laugh. They make negative comments. But psychology tells us that criticism is often a defense mechanism. People sometimes attack the qualities they secretly admire because admiration requires humility, while criticism protects the ego. That's why the people who mock your discipline are often the same people who wish they had your consistency. Growth is exciting, but change is uncomfortable. And the truth is, not everyone wants to grow. Some people become attached to their routines, excuses, and comfort zones. They would rather stay where they are than face the uncertainty that comes with change. When they see someone evolving, learning, and improving, it challenges the beliefs they've built around themselves. Your growth becomes evidence that change is possible. And for people who have spent years convincing themselves that change is impossible, that evidence can feel threatening. Because if you can improve your life, then maybe they have no excuse for avoiding their own responsibilities. One of the most fascinating things psychology teaches us is that people sometimes criticize qualities they secretly admire. The person who mocks your ambition may secretly wish they had your motivation. The person who makes fun of your confidence may secretly wish they believed in themselves the way you do. And the person who constantly competes with you may be fighting feelings of inadequacy they don't fully understand. This doesn't excuse bad behavior, but it does explain it. Because many people are fighting battles within themselves, and unfortunately, those battles sometimes affect the way they treat others. At the end of the day, not everyone who feels threatened by you is your enemy. Many people are simply struggling with insecurities, fears, and unresolved emotions. Their reactions often say more about their internal battles than they do about you. So don't shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Don't hide your growth, your confidence, or your ambition just to protect someone else's ego. Keep improving. Keep moving forward. Because the right people will never feel threatened by your success. In fact, truly secure people don't compete with your light. They are inspired by it. And remember, the people who are meant to be part of your journey will celebrate your growth, not fear it.